Hello everybody, it's your boy JCG. Welcome back to the lounge. So, today's video is going to be a bit of bad news, because today we are going to discuss the concerning future of superhero video games. Why is it concerning, you ask? Because I have a feeling that superhero games as of today are in a state where either they are getting canceled more and more, or they are in complete limbo and we haven't heard any news or updates in regards to where they're at in the development process. You see this meme right here? In this meme, you have 4 pictures of 4 video games that were announced years ago, but nobody has heard any news about them for so long. And it says on top, these are the 4 horsemen of games getting revealed and not hearing a single word about any one of them since. The 4 video games, as seen here, are the Wonder Woman game from Monolith Studios, published by Warner Bros. Games, the Wolverine game made by Insomniac, the Black Panther video game from Electronic Arts and Cliffhanger Games, and an Iron Man game from Motive, also published by EA. Well, at least for one of these games mentioned, there is some news. Unfortunately, it isn't good news. Recently, word got out that WB is changing their strategy for their gaming division. And part of this strategy is closing studios and canceling projects. One of the projects happened to be the Wonder Woman video game that was announced back in the 2021 Game Awards. The news was revealed by Jason Schreier of Bloomberg. The article that I'm reading comes from thegamer.com, where they talk about Warner Brothers' full statement regarding the cancellation. I'm not going to read the full statement, so I'll just leave a screenshot of it here. Basically, Warner Brothers is repeating what they have said before regarding their focus for video games. How they want to rely on their core franchises, Mortal Kombat, DC Universe, mainly Batman, Harry Potter, and Game of Thrones. And, unfortunately, the Wonder Woman game, as it is now, can no longer fit into their plans. To say this is disappointing is an understatement. I'm angry. No, I'm genuinely pissed off about this news. Believe it or not, I have actually been saying for a long while now that ever since Wonder Woman started to rise in popularity, thanks to her movie appearances and just cementing herself as a big-name superhero pop culture icon, even though she always has been, that it was about time Wonder Woman finally got a video game all to herself. She deserves it. The trinity of DC, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and only 2 of these characters have had multiple video games about them. Granted, Superman still has yet to actually get a good game, and Warner Brothers refuses to do that. When it was announced in December 2021 that Wonder Woman is finally going to headline her own game, I was excited. Ecstatic, even. One of my favorite female heroes is getting what she should have had years ago. Then we hear nothing about the game for a few years. Then it was said that Monolith had to reboot the game last year. And now here we are. The game is no longer being developed and will be shelved indefinitely. And I don't think Warner Brothers wants to bring it back. Not only is the game canceled, but WB even shut down the studio that was making it. Monolith are responsible for the Middle-earth Shadow of games, Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War respectively. And this was their next big project. Now it's dead. It was killed and Monolith was killed with it, destroying whatever work they already put into it. If Wonder Woman's video game being canceled isn't enough to make you concerned, then how about this? Remember Insomniac Games, the developers of the Marvel Spider-Man games? Yeah, they're also working on a Wolverine video game as well. But much like Wonder Woman, that was also announced in 2021, and we have not had an update since. Long story short, Insomniac got targeted by hackers, and a lot of information on their upcoming projects was leaked. And you want to know just what just so happened to have gotten leaked? Early alpha gameplay clips from their Wolverine game. Now, for the safety of this channel, I will not show you any of that said leaked footage, because I don't want to get a strike or a copyright claim from Insomniac or Sony. There are videos elsewhere. You can go search for it yourself. But these leaked clips clearly must have set Insomniac back and ruined a lot of their surprise. Because it is now March 2025, and we just recently had a PlayStation State of Play last month that I discussed in an earlier video on the channel. And was there any news regarding the Wolverine game? No. No, there wasn't. And there's still no news as of today. What is my point in all of this, you may ask? Well, folks, my point is that we are seeing a new dark age of superhero comic book based video games. We're seeing games get announced way too early, hearing nothing about those games for months, maybe even years. And then when we do get news, it's about drama happening with the game's development behind the scenes. And then just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, the game gets canceled. Or it gets changed into something we never even asked for. Granted, this can happen with literally any kind of game. But are you guys seeing what I'm seeing here? I started seeing this back in 2020 with Marvel's Avengers, the live service superhero game that never should have been a live service. That game failed. Complete failure. Square Enix, the publishers of the Avengers game, even had another developer put out a Guardians of the Galaxy game that only allowed you to play as Star-Lord. From what I heard, the game was alright, but bad word of mouth about the Avengers game probably kept people away from playing it. Then we had Warner Brothers Games Montreal put out Gotham Knights. I was actually hyping up this game originally because I loved the premise and I thought the game itself looked like it was going to be a neat successor to the Arkham games, even if the game had no attachments to Batman Arkham. Then the game came out. It turned out to be a tedious, overly grindy RPG with a decent enough story, but ultimately repetitive gameplay and no real replay value. Just like with Spider-Man 2, the game received no real updates, no real DLC expansions. I think at most it got a new multiplayer mode, but that was it. That game was dead after that, and not many people look at it very fondly. And don't even get me started with the Suicide Squad game, you guys. Like I already mentioned, Wolverine from Insomniac has had no news, not even a set release date. As far as other Marvel games go, we know next to nothing about EA's Iron Man or Black Panther games. Marvel's 1943 Rise of Hydra, we've only seen a couple trailers, but they were mostly cinematic with no actual gameplay, so we don't even know what that game will even play like. And on top of that, remember the Blade game that got announced? It's being made by Arcane Studios. We don't know when we'll see that game again. Hopefully soon. But at the end of the day, folks, I have a feeling superhero games, at least ones that are Marvel and DC related, are going to go through a dark time because the publishers may or may not have our best interests at heart. I mean, look at WB Games. They care more about the quantity of games rather than the art and passion of these projects. Suicide Squad should have been something completely different. Now Rocksteady can't even be trusted anymore because of it. That game cost them millions. There's rumors going around that Rocksteady may make a new Arkham game, probably Batman Beyond, but I doubt it. I don't think the people working there now have it in them to make a new, amazing Batman Arkham game today. I'm nervous for Injustice 3, DC's premier fighting game. Knowing Warner Brothers possibly wanting to double down on the live service crap, I don't know if I can trust them or NRS, considering Mortal Kombat 1 is kind of dead right now. I'm worried about Insomniac. I feel bad because the hack really messed up their game plan, but they still haven't even updated Spider-Man 2 with any new content. Now I'm wondering if whatever projects they have coming are going to survive. It seems as though people are really loving Marvel Rivals, however. I'm not playing it because I don't like the fact that it's a hero shooter. But that is a topic for another time. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate your support. I'm gonna get out of here, but tell me what you guys think of this. Are you concerned for the future of superhero video games? For the ones that are probably still on the table of releasing, which ones are you excited for? Me, I really do hope that Arcane Studios' Blade game turns out to be fantastic. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to join the lounge. God bless you guys. I'm out. Deuces.